47 Minecraft secrets you never knew about. And thank you to Wifies and Skip the Tutorial for a big inspiration for this video. They have many just like it. 1. Sea pickles can actually be smelted in a furnace to make lime green dye. It's much easier than getting cacti and bone meal, if I do say so myself. 2. Wall torches are actually different blocks than torches in the game. You can even see this on the targeted block menu. 3. Cave air is different than normal air. Can you see it? Can you tell the difference? I can't. Cool 3.5, I guess this can happen, this is possible. 4. Inside of woodland mansion chests in this room, diamond holes are possible to spawn in here. Number 5. Now, in the future, you guys probably use this often, but it's new, so it was too cool to leave out. So, high contrast mode. This thing does not apply for this. This thing is incredible. It's so cool. I love it. Also, all the coolest facts are at the end of the video, so if you've already known most of the facts up until now, just wait. They get better. 6. When there's music playing nearby, then a lay, when given amethyst shards, can actually reproduce. Has a 5-minute cooldown though, so don't think that you can just spam this. 7. Diamonds, and other ores for that matter, when you mine them, don't just stop there. Look around them, like check the blocks around them, because they can spawn more diagonally to them, see? So, yeah, I just helped you get more diamonds and other ores. You're welcome. 8. By placing a hopper under some lava, you're actually able to convince your friends that you're throwing away things. Pretending you're too cool for diamonds? Do this, but then get them back later. Just be careful though, because hoppers have a cooldown limit, so if you throw a bunch in at once, then you only get some back. 9. Another 1.19.4 thing that in the future probably you'll be taking for granted, but it's just too cool to pass up right now, is that long text like this now scrolls back and forth so then you can read it all. That wasn't there before. 10. There's a very smart group of people in Minecraft called the SciCraft community. They all hang out in this server called SciCraft, and they are Minecraft's smartest minds. Like, no joke. They've invented tons of epic stuff that we're gonna get to in a sec. But one thing that they've done that's pretty cool is they've popularized TNT launching. When you light TNT and then you throw an ender pearl, then your ender pearl can actually get launched by the TNT to go further than it would previously. See, about right here. Normal throw only takes me this far. On SciCraft, they figured out how to autonomize this to be able to teleport thousands of blocks away. Make sure to go check out Il Mango is one of the main members of the server, but tons of other people on there as well. He's just the main one I watch. 11. Another amazing thing that they've been able to do on the SciCraft server are quarries. Basically, quarries are a step up from TNT perimeters. Perimeters are automated TNT machines that blow up areas in a large square, while quarries, they're most used in mesas like these, but quarries, they use piston contraptions to push and retract and get every single block and push it up to a different spot and then blow it up so then it gets all of the drops back. This is the way to automate getting diamonds and terracotta, but it is not an easy setup and you can't make it just run infinitely. You have to set it within a certain area. Also, this looks like a flamingo or like a dodo bird. Fact 12. The SciCraft members are also so incredibly advanced that they have figured out how to get command blocks in survival without cheats. And before you say that it's completely fake, watch the video that will be linked in the description about how they did it. It's super complex. These guys are going in an in-depth code level of Minecraft. They had to create threads and create certain types of lag and manipulate bits and all sorts of stuff that is well above all of our levels. 13. In commands, there's actually a difference between set block kelp and kelp plant, and if you don't see any difference here, then don't worry, that's not just you. 14. Something else really weird about kelp is the only block in Minecraft that starts with a K. Now, I did not know that before this, did you? 15. Now, this fact I actually did get from the weekly thing. Apparently, in Bedrock Edition, then it tries to spawn you at 44x and 4z. And then if that biome is not either like a plains, a forest, a jungle, or like one other biome, then it will try to find a new spot for you to spawn in that's plus 4x, and it will keep doing that until it finds a location. So you can spawn very far from spawn in Bedrock, and you can even spawn over the stronghold, which is how incredibly fast speedruns on Bedrock Edition are possible. 16. In Minecraft, there's a light item / block. You can place it on the ground and adjust how much light it gives, and it's interesting. It takes a while to update, like when you do it. See, that's supposed to be a 3. Yeah, it takes a while to update. It's basically just an invisible light source. You can change how much it is. 17. Lily pads, when placed on the same block, will always face the same direction, no matter what, and it's like random. So if you want the perfect lily pad formation, you're gonna have to search a long time in your world for which position is perfect. And it is different per Y position as well, so that's confirmed. 18. Now the next fact is a rather sad one. Deep slate emeralds as of 1.18 are actually impossible to find naturally generating now. For deep slate emeralds, then you have to either degrade your world or you have to have it already degraded. If someone can prove that this is wrong and like find one or like prove that it is possible, then that'd be greatly appreciated, but they just spawn too high up. 19. Did you know that only white wool can be dyed? Yep, as you can see, no other colors of wool or any other colored blocks can be dyed at all, which is very sad. Number 20. So even though Mojang developers are great and it seems like there's nothing they can't do, actually there have been a few bugs that have stumped them in Minecraft. Such as, did you know when they were making the Wither, then they wanted to have the Wither skeleton skulls catch fire to anything that they touched, like fire explosions, like beds. And when they added it, it worked just fine. But then, Minecraft would randomly crash for no reason, and they could not figure it out. And they finally traced it back to, all of the crashes had one thing in common. About 40 minutes or like an hour before the crash had occurred, then someone had spawned the Wither and the fire had happened. And they could not fix this glitch. So they just made it so then there's no fire from Wither explosions. And that's why, if you've ever wondered. Now they could maybe figure out how to do it, but still pretty weird. 21. Now, you might already know that banners on Java Edition can go on shields, but did you know that this works with ominous banners as well? It looks kind of strange, like it's not like actual one. As you can see, it has just like all of the things on it, so it's kind of a little bit off from the true Illager banner, but it's still pretty neat. Saves you the work of having to design your own, right? 22. This was pretty crazy the first time I learned about it as well, but you can actually craft andesite, which is one of my favorite blocks because you can turn it into polished andesite, which is one of my favorite blocks. Gives a use for diorite. 23. Landing on the sides of dripstone actually doesn't cause you like extended fall damage as landing on the top does. 24. Foxes actually can drop emeralds, and it is their most useful trade. Other stuff like wheat and rabbit hide can be kind of useful, but emeralds is definitely cool. 25. Vindicators named Johnny with a name tag will attack any animal that they see, as a reference to a horror movie. 26. Pretty much everything about Iron Golems was inspired by Studio Ghibli's Castle in the Sky. And thank you so much to MatPat for that image from the movie and for actually this information. I learned it from his video explaining the lore behind Iron Golems and villagers, which you should definitely check out. Link in the description. It's really cool. 27. Most creatures' hitboxes thoroughly encase them and even have some parts that are sticking out, but iron golems, no parts stick out except for at very specific rotations, and their hitboxes are very big for their size. That's why you can barely even get close to them, see, not even touching him. 28. Now, Mojang is always telling you to not leave trees floating, but floating trees can occur naturally because of lava pools. Can't believe that they even put this into the game and then are telling us to stop doing it. 29. Now, in order to get most flowers, you kind of just have to bone meal and be in the right spot to get them, and then just like harvest them yourself. But with tall flowers, use bone meal on them and they duplicate, which is really useful for flower farms and such. You can even automate it as such, and you can do this with like as many dispensers as you want, and you can just farm these on mass scale. You're gonna need a lot of bone meal though. 30. In earlier versions of the game, the Nether was actually called, and I promise it's not swearing when you say the place, the Nether was actually called Hell. I can see why. 31. This next fact, I mean, it is from the Minecraft Wiki, but it's from SB737, believe it or not, and it's that the splash potions that witches will throw at you are always gonna be slowness or poison if you have over 3.5 hearts. And then once you get below that, as you see, they'll start splashing harming and weakness. 32. Jack-o'-lanterns can actually naturally spawn in spruce villages as like these. But as you can see, most of these are pumpkins. And you can only see the face from one side, so it'd be easy to miss it. 33. Believe it or not, arguably the rarest item in Minecraft is tall grass. And that's because you can only find it in these savanna villages. Don't believe me? Just try shearing up some of this for yourself and watch it fail. You can find this item's twin in spruce villages. 34. Oh, and now in the creative inventory, then you can specifically choose which painting you want. That's really cool. Oops, 34 again, I guess. No matter which direction you're facing when you place bedrock, then it'll be in a random direction. Even though the lines are kind of always going in the X axis, then you'll notice each of these designs are slightly different, slightly rotated and flipped. They're actually dependent on position, so if I were to break it and place it even more, then it wouldn't change, but it also changes based on why. You'll notice in some very lucky instances, then you can see what appears to be a wither skeleton skull here. And at that, I suggest you watch a very funny video by Alexa Real. Free wither skeleton skull? 36. The Ender Dragon's official name is actually Jean, the name that Notch gave to her. Thank you to the game theorist, Matt Pat, for this one. Also, by the way, Minecraft is a dream. You are the player. Wake up. I mean, you can't get more clear than that. 37. Okay, we're getting to some of the really cool ones now. In spectator mode, if you try to punch enemies, you can possess them. And spiders, now that it's brighter, and yes, I did use the light block, you can see that the spider does have 8 eyes. Kind of. 38. Creepers also have a special view, everything being green and pixelated. It's kind of cool. 39. Endermen are the last of these creatures that have special vision, with it being inverted, making dark spots very light, and apparently lava is blue. 40. In spectator mode, you can't open chests that you haven't opened before. I possessed it. You can't open chests that you haven't opened before. See? Unable to open. Loot not generated yet. That is because Minecraft loot is actually generated when you open it. And so, if you were to start a world in an old version, and then you were to slowly upgrade to 1.17, and then you open a chest that was still in that old version, you'd still get glowberries in the chest, because it generates with whoever opens it first, and spectator mode doesn't count for some reason. In spectator mode, the flying speed can feel pretty slow sometimes. So, you can 1, hold control to go faster, and 2, use your scroll wheel. You could scroll to go up to 87 blocks at a time. It even makes your vertical speed faster, and your chunks will have troubles loading. It has changed my life. 43. We all know about infested stone and the silverfish it can bring. But contrary to what you might think about having to like hide this so then players can't find it, using F3 and targeted block, you can actually find which blocks are infested to avoid. Pretty handy. 44. Similar to torches, then heads and wall heads actually are different. See targeted block, player wall head, and player head? This goes with every single head in the game, including the dragon egg. You can even use it as a bit of a staircase. 45. There's actually a secret block in the game. And yes, this does look like just a normal oak slab, but as you see in target block, this is a petrified oak slab. Normal oak slabs need an axe to mine, but petrified oak slabs actually use a pickaxe. Kinda sus if you ask me. Oh, and there are no such thing as petrified oak planks. 46! What's your least favorite music disc? I bet that you said 11, didn't you? Mine too. This music disc full of its strange noises and it's kind of scary. Get it out. Actually, inside of the sound, if you convert it to an image, then it has C418's name in it, but encrypted into numbers. Thanks to the game theorists for that one. Let's go! And fact 47? You didn't know at least 20 of those. And you aren't subscribed yet. I know, kinda cheesy, so I'll throw in a 47. Cacti can actually grow into other blocks, making cactus farms like this possible. Thank you so much for watching.